Hello everyone, Gabriel here for the Car Guide. Welcome to the island of Gran Canaria, just off the coast of Morocco, for this first drive of the latest variant of the Audi R8 sports car. This is the RWD for rear wheel drive, and we're going to drive the Spyder on public roads and the Coupe on the track. With the new RWD variant, Audi breathes new life into its R8 sports car, now entering the final stages of its career. Our first drive of the R8 RWD took place on the island of Gran Canaria, where we drove the Spyder on the open roads and the Coupe on the Maspalomas circuit, located right next to the shoreline of this rocky island.
Alright, we're heading out on the track. Maspalomas, Gran Canaria, with the R8 rear wheel drive. And of course, the first thing you notice, as always, is the sound of this fabulous V10 5.2 liters normally aspirated engine. It's rated at 562 horsepower in this car, so this car doesn't get the full power of the V10 engine. That's the quattro 610, but still 562 horsepower in this car, nothing to sneeze at. Also, what's really amazing about the rear wheel drive model is that because of course there's no connection between the engine and the front wheels, it doesn't have the quattro wheel drive, obviously the steering is very, very precise into the corners. But also they've developed for this car what they call dynamic steering, which means that the rate of steering is automatically adjusted according to conditions. So in very tight corners, like these hairpins that we have here on this track, second gear, I don't really have to turn the steering wheel all that much, but still the car can make it through no problem. So the fact that it's a rear wheel drive, the fact that it has dynamic steering like this, it really makes it much more enjoyable to drive. And when you get on the power hard, you can feel sometimes the back end. When I step out just a little bit, that's really cool. Now for these laps on the track, we selected the performance mode, which really optimizes everything with regards to steering, suspension, engine and gearbox. We really have the best settings for the track. It makes a big difference in the way the car handles, even through this twisty fast section here. This car is a blast to drive. A lot of fun. Just listen to that engine. Fabulous.
R8's exterior design is inspired by the R8 GT4 LMS racing car. The large single-frame grille is done up in black matte paint, with the R8 logo present on the large openings for airflow up front. In the rear, it's again a typical race car look, with large extractors and oval exhaust pipes. The small slit up front also recalls the legendary Audi Sport Quattro. The most striking element of the cabin is the monoposto, with its very profiled arch right in front of the driver that recalls the cockpit of a racing car. This monoposto features the Audi virtual cockpit with its 12.3-inch screen. The R8 leather multifunction steering wheel features 2 satellite controllers, or 4 in the performance version, to control the Audi Drive Select to start the V10 engine, to activate the performance mode, and to select the level of noise produced by the exhaust. We carry on with the Spyder on the mountain roads. The Spyder is mechanically identical to the Coupe, but it weighs an extra 105 kilos. The other difference is that the tires of our Spyder are Michelin 4S, which are not as performance-oriented as the Michelin Sport Cup 2 tires of our Coupe, but as we are not driving as hard on public roads as on the racetrack, the grip level is more than adequate. Once again, the R8 RWD Spyder proves to be more direct and lively than its all-wheel drive quattro variant, and it's a real joy to drive this open cockpit car on fabulous mountain roads where the sound of the V10 echoes through the canyons. The Spyder's chassis is also very stiff, not much of a surprise when you consider that the series production R8 shares 60% of its components with the R8 GT4 LMS race car, with all cars assembled on the same line at Audi's Bollinger-Hofe plant, where the all-electric e-tron GT and its RS variant are also built. The Audi R8 V10 Performance RWD Coupe and Spyder will be available in the third quarter of 2022 as 2023 models. Pricing will only be communicated closer to market launch, but we can expect that the RWD variants will be less expensive than the all-wheel drive quattro models. So with this new rear-wheel drive variant of the Audi R8, we get reacquainted with the fabulous normally aspirated V10 engine and its glorious sound, but also we're discovering a car that has a little bit sharper handling, a little bit more dynamic through the corners, and that really adds to the driving experience.